Ain't it a cold world? Ain't it a cold world?
So we're here in Seaford, and what you see behind me is a ghost forest. Those gray, dead trunks sticking out of the ground were all live trees, not more than about 10 years ago probably. And what's happened is, as the sea level rises, the water comes up, salt water in this case, comes up into their roots and kills the trees. And as you go along the coastline, anywhere in Virginia, anywhere along the Atlantic coast, you'll see ghost forests like this, and they're clear evidence of sea level rise because those trees didn't get that big out in the middle of this wetland. Those trees were there and the wetland came in, and as the water came in, it killed the trees. So we're here in beautiful beachfront Seaford, Virginia, and behind me is a line of houses that are on the bayfront. As you can see, they're all safe, up in the air, the required amount. They're probably paying the minimum amount of flood insurance, which is probably about $500 a year. But the flood insurance program, along with most of the zoning that allowed them to be here, doesn't look into the future. And that's the problem, because these houses are safe today, but in a very short period of time, they're not going to be that safe. Because by 2050, we're going to get this much more sea level rise. And as you can see, here's today's high tide. So by 2050, the water's going to be over this road. By 2080, this road will be completely closed. And those houses are all going to be compromised. But because we don't take any of these future conditions into account, those folks could live there, they can build there, and according to York County, which we're in right now, and according to the federal flood insurance program, there's no problem living here. I'm thinking there probably is a problem. So we're continuing our tour of Seaford here in beautiful York County, and this lot is for sale. Build on it today, and no problem, right? Well, there is a problem, because as you can see in the background, we've got ghost forests. So that means that where there once were a bunch of trees, the water is now rising up and killing those trees. The lot back here has some phragmites on it, which is above the tidal zone, but given the fact that the water's rising, as shown by those trees back there, this whole lot is going to become a wetland in probably another 10 to 15 years. And that means that we're going to build a house on top of what's going to be a wetland and basically take that wetland out of production, out of use. But the thing is that in York County, as in many places, there's no way to stop this, because this property can be developed by right. It's a buildable lot, and so all that the county of York can do is require the house to be up out of the floodplain. And this is the problem that you see all along the coast. Lots like this are buildable today, but they're going to be wetlands tomorrow. They're going to be a big soggy mess. But there's nothing that the localities can do to stop it, because the lot can be developed by right. And as long as you follow the building code, you can put a house in here. But because the zoning codes don't look forward into the future, there's no consideration of what this lot is going to be, which is a big soggy mess. So we're here on the back river. Hampton's over there. We're in Cosin right now. Behind us is Langley Air Force Base, which you can see is flat and right on the water. Langley was built as a seaplane base back in World War II. We don't have any seaplanes anymore. So you really don't need that base to be on the water, and you especially today don't want that base to be on the water with sea level rise, because the water comes up and floods that base constantly. And then over here is NASA's Langley Research Facility, which again is in the wrong place given sea level rise. All around you see evidence of the sea level rise. So ghost forests over here is changing, the marshes are moving uphill with the water. So here you have two major federal facilities contributing billions of dollars to the region's economy. You're in the wrong place with the sea level rise we're seeing.
Say hi, Ross.
You get the soundtrack in there. Cold, cold world.